Welcome to the Blacklist AFTERBUZZ After Show Season 4. Red's mad. Lizzie's on the run. Lots to talk about. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. We started.
What's happening?
Hi, guys. I was checking in with my folks online. Someone was asking if we're going to start it out. Welcome to the Blacklist AFTERBUZZ After Show. We are here. We are back in Blacklist. Welcome. Look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
look at this. This is exciting. It's like we're clubbing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We're so happy to be back for season 4 of the Blacklist. I'm Joe Braswell. I'm joined as always by the super lovely Julia Cearley.
Super lovely. Well, thank you very much. Here we go. Season. And a plus.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Brazzy.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. We are not joined by Mr. Joe Sanfilippo because Julia killed him. He met the same fate as Mando.
Oh, stab.
You know,
Sorry,
no.
guys. You're next.
Joe Sanfilippo will be back next week. He could not make it this week as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, all the shit I talked about him last season, about how he's never gonna be here, he actually showed up a lot.
He showed up a bit. We never actually found what the tally was.
Yeah. Oh, because I made that weird bet.
We made predictions.
Yeah, and then also we had a bet about the yellow blouse.
I know. And he should be wearing it.
Yeah, but
he should have worn it. He should be
but
wearing
I think
it
they cancel
right
each other
now.
out because I didn't do the thing. I don't know. But we'll take this up with Joe Sanfilippo next week. Hi, guys. We're so happy to be back. We're so happy to be back in the Blacklist. This is it's an episode. We're here. I want to first say thank you to all you guys who have been joining us live in the chat room.
Guys.
Hello, I'll say hello to all you guys in a second, but all of you guys who watch us on YouTube and who listen to us on iTunes, we really appreciate you guys coming back for a 4th season to check us out. I think this season will be our best season yet because we have a lot of cool stuff planned for you. We have a lot of guests, a lot of people from the show that we're going to talk to and bring in. And we're also going to be adding our lovely good friend from Entertainment Weekly, who I've been trying. I'm a huge fan of this woman, and we all read her. But her name is Jody Walker. She writes the recap for Entertainment Weekly. She's out in New York City, so she can't be here. But we're gonna check in with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, like once a week to get her takes because she's got some hot takes. If you don't know who she is, she writes the recap for Entertainment Weekly. She's great and she's funny.
Hysterical.
So so we'll definitely get Jody in here and Joe Filippo and some guests and some cool stuff. So yeah. In the meantime, hello from India. I cannot even begin to pronounce your name.
Try.
I will screw the heck.
Try it. Please try it.
Angasayupa Saha?
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Butchering it. God darn it.
Right.
Hello from India. TDCR, good to see you. Marcella Sierra, as always, great to see you. Watson Keene, 22 1B. Cheyenne McCoy, Ethan W. Hello. Thank you all for joining us in real time. We appreciate you watching us. Yeah. We're back. What did you think, man?
I thought it was super fun.
I thought it was fun, too.
I thought it was a really, really fun episode. A really great way to kick off this new season.
I think we have the there's a lot I want to say about the series in general. We've been so critical of the series, especially in the middle 2 seasons, I would say.
Yes.
Of sort of like where they've gone, but I just want to say, I think Jon. I can't really say his name right. Bokenkamp. Jon Bokenkamp and the gang have done an excellent job with sort of really, I don't want to say riding the ship, but they've done a great job in addressing all of the critics and all the things that were wrong, that were sort of wrong and sort of wonky about this show. They slowly but surely have brought it to a place where it's a really sort of tight, manageable, and enjoyable show. And it's always been enjoyable because of Red and everything else, because of James Spader's wonderful performance. But So the housekeeping they've done and like getting rid of such a large cast.
Oh, from season
right?
one, that
and
huge
then
cast. Kill them
paring,
all off.
and then paring it down to the people we care about,
Yep.
and actually giving those people things to do.
Yep.
You know, mainly Harold Cooper and Wrestler, giving them personalities and things to do. Really, you know, backing off a lot of the mythology of Red and everything else, and focusing in and really honing in on this one very specific mystery to be solved. A really cool, fun thing by putting them on the run together.
Well, in doing that, I think that they've upped the emotional stakes a lot.
Yeah.
Which is very important to me. If I'm going to watch multiple seasons of a show, I want the characters, I want to be invested in these characters, not just as like a blanket character. I want arcs and I want depth to them. And everyone who is a regular on this show, we get to know more and more about them every single time.
Yeah.
And I become attached to them. And that's what I was missing for a long time.
That's one of the things I wrote down here as watching this. I thought, like, you know, for all, like, I really miss. I really care about these characters, all of them. So it's really cool, and I love that the show sort of evolved past just flat out procedural mode and flat out like hyper serialized mode. It's kind of somewhere in between. It's really good place right now. And I do want to say we can get into the episode. You know, in general, but I just want to say the Blacklist has also continued with its sort of great casting. I mean, I think that casting my man Ulrich from Banshee as the big bad. I mean, he's already like in the big bad Hall of Fame from his work in Banshee, but like his presence as what's his name exactly? His two names. Is it
on the show? Well, he's Alexander Kirk / Konstantin Rostova.
So he's Alexander Kirk. But do we know that he's Konstantin Rostova? Because, or do we only know that from IMDb? Was that revealed in episode 22 or 23 last year? His real name.
Well, he said, "I'm your father."
Right.
But Red referred to him today, or last night when we watched it, as Konstantin.
Okay.
Everyone's calling him Alexander Kirk, but Red did refer to him when they were behind that two-way mirror.
Right.
You know, he said Konstantin.
Right. Alexander Kirkington, remember that?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, he's fantastic and he's great. And I also love. I just want to shout out, you know, to my man Paul Calderon as Esteban, fantastic character actor who we've seen over the years.
Yes,
you know, back from Bad Lieutenant and Pulp Fiction and a bunch of other stuff, a ton of Law and Orders and everything else. He's great.
He's great in this episode.
Really great in this episode.
I mean. We were talking earlier. I feel like a blacklister was kind of just thrown into this episode because we are still watching the Blacklist.
Sure.
It wasn't necessary, but it added some great color and a really interesting character, a really maniacal, kind of disgusting character. That was really gross when he took his eyes out. And put it
that
in
was
her
gross.
hands. That was very upsetting.
And don't worry, folks. We are going to get into the specifics of the episode and kind of go through the episode in a linear fashion. I just want to get some of these general thoughts out. You know, the question I was asking you, and maybe some of you folks. Maybe folks online can help us. Is he also Red actually referred to the Blacklist as the Blacklist?
Yes.
Like he said, you know, this is your next Blacklister. It just occurred to me: is the show self-aware? Has the show ever referred to the Blacklist as the Blacklist?
Yes.
When?
I feel like it's all the time.
I don't know. Oh, well, I mean, no. I'm sorry. Okay, then when was the first time they referred to it as the Blacklist?
The first episode.
This is called the Blacklist. I know it sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds like really ridiculous, but it's always a list of criminals. It's a thing. The show's called the Blacklist, but the show itself has never referred to the list as the Blacklist internally.
I think you're very wrong.
Okay, I could be very wrong.
I think you're very wrong.
I probably am.
Probably.
I don't know where to start. I don't remember that explanation of we're calling this the Blacklist. It's a list of criminals.
I think he referred to it as a blacklist.
Okay, fine.
From the get-go.
Okay, can I use my joke? Blacklist. Hashtag Blacklist matters.
You can.
Hashtag Blacklist matters. Is this thing on? Blacklist matters.
Crickets.
All right. First episode, the pilot. I know. God. Okay. I'm really not, for those, I really am not as uninformed as I just don't remember it. Okay. On to the episode. So we pick up pretty much exactly where we left off, which I like when we do that.
I love that too.
And no time jump whatsoever. And we, you know, the questions we were left with is, you know, how are people going to feel about Lizzie faking her death? You know, what is Red going to do about finding Lizzie and
Mr.
Agnes
Kaplan.
and Spy Baby Agnes, and of course Spagnus, as we called her, Spy Baby.
Agnes, I'm sticking by it. Why didn't I hashtag that? I'm
And more
ridiculous.
importantly, what is Red going to do about Kate, Mr. Kaplan?
Yeah, that was a little painful to watch. It was really depressing to watch.
It was depressing to watch that thing string out the entire episode.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, say something,
and just
do something.
leaving her out in the cold, and his little asides that weren't really asides. They were pretty damn blatant.
Sure.
About
Still-
how she effed up.
Well, it's still not resolved, by the way. The tension is we still don't know finally what he's going to do or feel about Mr. Kaplan.
And she was still there, which was interesting. Like,
Yeah.
she was there for everything. He took her to Cuba, and she's tagging along for
Yeah.
was that punishment?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm sure she wants to be there and has to be there, and
But
I don't
why
know.
does she has to be there? I mean, his little monologue in the very beginning about knowing your place, or
Yeah,
what did he say?
his
People
speech.
overestimate themselves and misapply their gifts.
Yeah.
The cleaner suddenly thinks that
She's a
she's the
strategist.
strategist.
Yeah.
And then he cuts off the head,
Right.
knowing that it's out of my wheelhouse, but
Like,
you can't do it, so
yeah.
let me try. Let me try to do your job. Let's see how that works.
This is going to be messy.
So
So get the
I-
blood splatter on the face.
Oh, yes.
That was
And
unnecessary.
then, you know, jumping ahead at the very
Sure,
end
fine.
when they get to the house, he's like, you stay put.
Yeah.
Like, you can't play. Sorry.
And
It was
also,
cruel.
Yeah, and also like I felt there's definitely a little bit of it sounded pejorative. The way he called her the cleaner sounded definitely like pejorative or like bad, like the cleaner. Like it's kind of like I know that's her job as a cleaner, but
Yeah.
it just sort of seems like she's much more than that. It's just more than just a random cleaner. And the way he said it, like the cleaner thinks she's a
Well,
strategist.
because he's always had such affection towards her. They've always had such a deep relationship,
Yeah.
and he's completely and extremely hurt and betrayed.
Well, it makes you wonder about Red's family, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as his inner circle is pretty tight. It's pretty much down to 3 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Kate, Mr. Kaplan, whatever their backstory is or isn't. But
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely a very, very close backstory there. And obviously Dembe, we know Dembe's backstory and how close they are. And then Lizzie. And so I don't know. Like I wonder if we will find out if Kate has enough goodwill in the bank, or if their relationship is close enough to where she survives this.
But it sounds like it's Kate's close, tight family as well, which is why she did what she did.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to think about.
It also broke my heart when Dembe wasn't on her side too. I mean, I don't know if I'm on her side, but when Dembe said, "I'm not with you on this, Kate," or whatever it was that he said, I was like, "Oh, she really is ousted from the clubhouse."
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
she's-
I'll assemble a team. Like just no, Dembe, you assemble a team. And then another thing. Speaking of assembling the team, what did Boz die? Where's my man Chris Christopherson?
I
Boz.
don't think so. I don't know.
He didn't make the cut. Is Boz out for season 4? I know he
think he
got
died.
shot.
I don't think he died. He got shot at the church, right?
Yeah, at the church, but maybe he's okay.
I don't think he's dead.
I was very.
He's too good. No, we love him.
Yeah, where's Boz? You're a symbol of the team to get Lizzie, and there's no Boz.
Yeah.
What the heck is that about? He better be back. I don't know. Anyway, also we did get Dembe's feelings too. Like Dembe had to, he let Mr. Kaplan know that I'm not on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
That's got to be a knife in the heart when Dembe's mad at you.
Yeah.
That's the last guy you want mad at you.
No,
Like, no, not Dembe.
not you,
It's like
Dembe.
when my dog's mad at me. It was like,
Right.
no, not you, Archie.
I love how Dembe, how we just think of him as this lovable, cuddly teddy bear of a guy, a sweet little Dembe when he's like just a stone cold,
He's a badass.
stone cold killer. Anyway,
But he's Dembe.
anyway, so Red is on the hunt for Spy Baby Agnes and Lizzie.
Lizzie.
And again, this is the Red. This is actually
But
my
not Tom.
but not
It's
Tom.
That's that guy.
But this is my favorite Red, the scorched earth Red. We've seen it probably about 3 or 4 times within the series. Probably once a season.
Yeah.
Maybe once, maybe twice a season we get like scorched earth Red. And this is the Red at his best. He's chopping off heads. He's shooting MFs left and right. Like he's asking questions. Like I love this. I love this Red to see him. And I love that first slow motion scene of them walking to the club, the age old, probably most tired shot in all action movies.
I'm in.
Still amazing. I'm still in.
I'm always
the
in.
slow motion walk through the club with the lights and everyone's dancing around it and he's expressionless with the lasers off his face and the gun. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. Ever since Terminator 1984, we've seen that scene and it's still dope.
It's so good.
I love it.
It's so good.
It's good. It's very effective. So, what did you think about Well, I want to talk about. So he, got this information, but the scene I love the most after he chopped the dude's head off. He's walking around as a calling card. Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? What about the scene where he goes to the federales, the police, not federales because they're in Cuba, but like the policemen, and he kind of like says, "We'll split this 5 ways,
4 ways, 3 ways, 2 ways.
It's your lucky day."
It's your lucky day.
He's like, "I know the answer." He's like, "I bet you do." Like, I mean,
this is the Red we know and love.
Yeah, I love that.
This is why we've fallen in love with this awful human being.
He still does have a little bit of that humor, right? He's still, he's still coming in with a quip or two, but he's still very serious. Not a smile, just a quip.
No, just a quip.
Yeah,
just a little light air about him every time he enters a room.
So meanwhile, we do get some insight into we have these conversations between Alexander Kirk and or Constantine, if you will,
and Lizzie slash Masha.
Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you guys out there as well. Do we believe him? Is that really Lizzie's dad? I mean, I guess the question is that really Constantine, which he is because Red called him Constantine. So does this mean that it is in fact Lizzie's biological father? Has this been put to rest? Should Joe show up in a yellow blouse next week? Is this over? Or is it still like, actually, I'm the father? What do you think?
I'm going to go with yes in this first episode. I'm going to say yes. This is her father.
Father.
Yeah.
Not a weird, there was the affair. They were both sleeping with the same woman. He has proof. What kind of proof?
He said that he had proof. He said, I thought for a moment that you might be his, that you might be Red's child, but I have proof.
Okay.
That you're mine.
Oh. And
I mean, he's gone to great lengths.
Yeah.
He seems to have real affection towards her and towards Agnes.
Yeah.
He also has this blood disorder and he's dying. I predicted this last season that he needs them to save his own life because of the rare blood disorder.
Oh, hot prediction by Julia Cearley. I forgot about that one. That was a great prediction.
That's why he needs them so badly.
Yeah. Huh. Do you think he really cares? He only needs their blood.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Okay. I know he's really loves Lizzie and loves Spy Baby Spagnus, but he's kind of
That's what cracks me up, Spagnus.
We got hashtag Spagnus on here. Right? Everyone's hashtagging it.
I missed Spagnus.
The Blacklistians, the Blacklisters out here hashtagging it.
Good, thanks, guys.
No, but
keep Spagnus alive.
Spagnus had kind of a rough go in episode 1 here, huh?
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's been tossed around. She's no car seat to be found anywhere for old Spagnus, by the way. She's in everyone's hands being bumped around. She's, Lizzie put her on the ground and picked up a log. Mm-hmm. She's got a car crash that incapacitated everyone in there but Spagnus. I mean, Spagnus has already had an action-packed first couple weeks of life. Yeah. She's ready to be a spy baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. But my point is that, if you're Alexander Kirk and you have all the resources in the world, presumably, and your granddaughter, you finally track down, your daughter and your granddaughter, is your smartest move to leave them in the capable hands of that chick and that dude?
Yeah.
They didn't look like the most kid-friendly folks around. I mean, arguably, yeah, he brought the motherly, woman along.
She was not motherly.
But, I mean, you can't. That's the best you can do, Alexander Kirk, is those two people?
They constantly were threatening Spagnus's life, too. And, that was an interesting thing. Towards the end there, that little face-off between Liz and the chick.
Right.
I don't know if she had a name. I don't know. She was
I can check the IMDb.
more than willing to stab Lizzie. She tried to kill Lizzie.
Right.
And presumably I think she would do the same to Spagnus, given the opportunity. So I'm not really sure where her allegiance lies.
Her name is Romina.
Romina? What is it?
Romina. Romina.
I'm going to go with Romina.
All right, we'll take it. Romina.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know why it gets a shoulder wiggle for that.
Yeah, not the most affectionate woman, that Romina.
No, but I mean, wasn't her one job to bring Spagnus safe and sound and keep Lizzie alive? Hasn't that been the job of everyone for the last 20 some odd episodes?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she was just willing to stab away?
Yeah, I don't know.
And she and the baby?
Yeah, it's a lot, but whatever.
I don't know.
But
Sorry.
we'll assume. I know we're not going to poke.
That struck
poke
me as
holes in
weird.
that.
That struck me as strange.
And
Just saying.
No, I agree. And so also we back at the ranch, back at the old post office, or formerly known as the post office. You know, the FBI team, the team,
Yes.
is dealing with the idea of being betrayed by Lizzie. And they're all kind of dealing with their own ways, and I think they're all kind of on the same page, with the exception of Navabi, who seems to be on a different page altogether.
She's kind of my spirit animal.
Well, you know, here's the thing. Back to what the writers have done with the show to sort of like address some things. I think it was absolutely necessary as a dramatic device to give the audience, namely Joe Braswell and Julia Cearley, a surrogate, because someone has to say, like, why is Lizzie doing all this? And this is selfish. And what's her problem? And why? And I'm mad at Lizzie. And, you know,
I felt like they were talking directly to me. I feel like all of Navabi's lines were addressed to Julia Cearley.
Yeah.
Who just became up in arms over and over.
Yes, I agree.
Why?
Right.
Why?
And what's the big deal about Lizzie? Like, she just betrayed you. She did this. Why are we all running around for this Lizzie Keene?
Yes.
Finally, someone said it.
Yes.
And so, but I appreciate that. You know, John and the gang recognize that, the writers recognize that, and sort of have Navabi as our surrogate, and have the rest of the post office sort of answer it. And I think that, I remember Megan Boone in an interview talked about this, EW interview, like, they're going to address some of that. You know, like, you know, Lizzie's behaved in a deplorable manner. She's behaved in a childish manner.
Reckless.
And reckless manner. And so they're going to be able to address that, and there'll be some payback for that, I guess.
Good.
And she's got to reconcile that with the team when and if they are reunited. So yeah, it was very, very, very cool. But I
also thought all of the reactions were valid. All of the feelings were valid, and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about creating fully formed characters.
Right.
And I think that they were informed reactions to finding out that Liz was alive.
Mariceli Sierra says Samira's being a wet blanket, which, you know, that teaches his own. I mean, she was kind of being a wet blanket, but I think that, you know,
I think her feelings were valid.
Yeah, I think her feelings were very valid.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's that.
I mean, and Harold said it pretty well that,
Yeah.
you know, he was joyous and livid at the same time.
Yeah.
But he has a job to do.
Right.
And
just like us. So, sorry. That's not that funny. Go ahead.
I disagree.
No. No, I agree.
You know, he did give them the option. If you can't do your job because your feelings are too involved and too invested,
Sure.
then, you know, don't do the job.
Yeah.
And Samar opted out.
Yeah.
It's like, good for you.
Yeah. So I agree. Samar was too unforgiving. Lizzie wanted to protect her baby. Okay. I mean, hey, you know, you know, okay.
Yeah, but she put
TDCR, I got it.
so many people's lives on the line. People died. A lot of people died.
A lot of people died, you know, for Lizzie Keene to be free and do all sorts of stuff. And like, I don't know.
And to protect the baby from, okay. All right. Season 4.
Okay, but we're here. So we're here. And so, what about our boy Aram?
He's my
Poor Sudan. He's just trying to reconcile this in his own way. You know, he's on the phone with Tom, and he's like, you know, no, it's fine. But when did you know? You know,
Yeah.
and you know, when you made me the Godfather, did you know then? Did you know? What about when you put the rose in the casket or the carnation or whatever it was? Like, I thought that was all kind of sweet.
It was sweet. Well,
Yeah.
he's a sensitive soul, our Rom.
Yeah, he's sensitive.
Smart yet sensitive.
I'm gonna make a prediction. We're 100%. I'm gonna call this right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna call this with no factual way to back this up. Okay. But we are 100% gonna have Amir on the podcast. We'll have. We're gonna have him on.
We better. We love him.
You know, we ran into him a couple of times, and he's great, and he
Sweetest.
loves the show. Again, he's been on already. He's fantastic. So when he's in LA next, we're gonna get him to come in
For sure.
But for sure we'll try to give him a call in because he's fantastic. So
Yes.
Aram's our guy.
Still one of my favorite characters on the show.
He's one of my favorite characters as well. So so I thought all that was sweet, and I feel like that I really care about these folks. Now, if Joe Flippo were here, once they found out, well, let me back a little bit. They did find out, of course, when they found out about our man Esteban, instead of who he is and what he is, and Red made the call to Harold, and Harold had to make the call to our other favorite girl,
Panda Baker. What happened to my voice right there?
I don't know. So, every time you say Panda Baker,
Panda Baker.
I don't know. Like you say it 3 times and she'll appear. I don't know.
Panda Baker.
She's yeah, she's great too. But this whole notion that he is a CIA operative, and he's this, and it's Cuba. We're friends with Cuba now. Things are complicated.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But the whole point to all that this is what Joe Flippo. I'll be the Joe Flippo surrogate here. Is that he if the CIA is involved and the FBI is involved, we're not trying to get an international incident, and all these people are involved. The only 2 people that can go and do this are Navabi and Wrestler.
Yes.
And when Navabi's like, I'm not going, all right, Wrestler, you're on your own. Really? There's no other female FBI agent, CIA agent anymore in the world that can go, that can pose as a couple?
Not that knows about Red.
All right, fair enough.
An off-topic word from Joseph Sanfilippo.
I'll say this, and I missed last week, but one of the things that I think they did with Lizzie last week that I really liked, that's worth mentioning again, is...
Isn't that great? Lizzie's gone.
Thank you, Steve Lemieux, for a Joe Sanfilippo drop.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, that's a good shirt.
We'll bring that back.
So it's Lizzie. I mean, it's a Wrestler by himself going out to do this, which he's very capable of doing.
Yeah.
And
he don't need nobody.
No, he went out there and he proved it. He went out there and kind of knew he was going to get bagged. There was a look on his face.
Oh my God, that was so amazing.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
P.S. What's an egg coffee?
A lovely Cuban coffee.
Have you guys ever had an egg coffee before? Because it sounds disgusting.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
All right, but I'm sure it's delicious.
I'll bring him in next week. We'll have egg coffees while we discuss the Blacklist.
So then he bags his head, goes to see Esteban, and then does that super cool Bourne Identity Jason Bourne move. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a bad man who can take a gun pointed at you and then like do the move and you're pointing the gun at them.
Only Wrestler.
So that was cool. I loved all that.
I loved it too.
Yeah, and it made, again, as the show went on, I had I'm like, oh, Wrestler. I love Wrestler.
I do.
Even Cooper, when he came out, like, we're going to find her. I'm like, you get her, Cooper. and Aram and all. It's really great to see them all. But let's back up a little bit and talk about, we touched on it. Let's talk about Esteban himself and his sort of scene as establishing him as a really bad guy. And, it's not a lot to be done with this character because there's not a lot that we know about him, but I think that Paul Calderon did a great job. A lot of it's done in makeup, the weird eye and the thing or the eyes, but he's already blind. He had one weird eye and one other glass eye, but it turns out, they're both have no eyes.
Yep.
Now what you gonna do? Like, and what a crazy, intimidating baller move is that to someone and be like, give me your hands. Now what do you see?
No,
yeah.
You made the noise too. They're
My
like
eyes
clicking.
are in your hand. Now what you gonna do? I'm a bad guy. Like that's
Well, that's his MO. Like that's what did they call it? A state-sponsored system for terror through abuse, abduction, and murder.
Yeah.
Like that's effed up.
I would have to say if a dude came to me and gave me his eyes, that's enough. I'd probably spill it all. It didn't take much to me.
Not only that, the way he was sort of caressing her and touching her. And
very creepy.
Close to her face. And everyone knows if you ever see this man's face, you're done for.
Yeah, you've seen my face. And it's also like it just in that very short amount of time with those very very specific moves, you get the distinct impression that this guy does some bad stuff and it has no problem doing bad stuff.
I mean, he has a full torture chamber.
Yeah. I also like the touch of that he has like he uses the echolocation system like a bat.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool little neat touch. There's a little
cool.
clicking around and he's fighting stuff, and I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I did too.
Anyway,
Colorful character.
yes. So we'll get to that. I'm going to break away from the linear storytelling of this thing for 1 second here and just ask you, like, what was your sort of favorite moment in this show? What stuck out to you?
Well, there were some really fantastic Red moments. We talked a little bit about the poker game that the Federales were playing, and that just felt like such an old school, amazing Red, just giving no shits, killing whoever looks at him the wrong way. I loved that moment. I liked some of the exchanges between Lizzie and Alexander Kirk.
Right.
You know, I really liked those. Sort of, I don't know if anything was hugely revealed, but that sort of feeling of her not knowing who to believe anymore. Oh, what about the scene with the two-way mirror? Now that was badass when she says, I'm on your left.
Right.
You know, that was a distinct decision.
Yes.
That was a decision to believe Red over Kirk in that moment.
Yeah. I also wondered, like, wait, did you say I'm on your left?
She says, I'm on your left.
Okay.
So he shot to the right.
Okay. I was going to say, I was remember, like, did you say your left? Because that's a, who's left? If you're, but that was, yeah, I love that. I love that.
What were your favorite moments?
I love all the stuff. What I realized is what I really enjoyed, aside from the beginning of the Scorched Earth stuff. I love it's something about that image of Red and Esteban walking along and having that conversation.
Oh, in the park?
Yeah, it's something about that image I really liked. I also enjoy seeing Red deployed in the field doing stuff. Like, I like seeing him storm houses. I like seeing him with the gun in his back. You forget that Red is a full-blown spy action dude himself and very capable. And although you don't think of James Spader as that, I think that I 100% believe him. So I love seeing him in those moments. But what I really can't wait for is, and we got a little bit of this with the two-way mirror scene, but I really can't wait for Red and Constantine or Alexander to square off. I really want.
Yes.
I mean, good. I'm not talking about a physical square off. I'm just talking about them. Whatever that conversation is, face to face, where they're going on, whatever that the speeches back and forth. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, those will be good.
A little bit of that in the mirror, but But Jody mentioned this in her recap for EW, and you mentioned as well. We had a lot happen in this episode, but we kind of nothing happened.
Nothing
at the same
changed.
Time. Like, nothing changed from the moment we left at the end of season 3 to the end of this. Liz is still on the run. I'm still on the run. Still kidnapped. Spagnus is still
She's
gone.
still kidnapped. The only thing that changed is Tom got away.
Tom. We didn't mention Tom at all. So let's talk about Tom for a second.
Yeah.
Tom is, I just want to understand, either Tom, they've separated Tom and the baby, and Tom is in the trunk. Mm-hmm. And, it seems to me, I'm not here to poke holes and everything, but it seems to me they probably could have killed Tom about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But they didn't, left him in the trunk. They probably could have shot him, should have shot him a couple times.
Yep.
But maybe they needed him to dig his own grave.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of work.
It kind of reminds me of like the old Batman and Robin, the old 60s Batman series, where they would just tie him to the chair and then set the fuse and the bomb and goodbye, Batman, and leave. It's like, why don't you just kill him? But a lot of that, you'll never get out of this one, Batman, and then leave. I'm still struggling. That's what I felt about Tom. It's like, why? Super spy. Here, take this shovel, buddy.
Yeah.
You've already tried to escape twice. You're a dangerous guy, but dig your own grave. I got you. I got a sawed-off shotgun. Anyway.
Well, the last guy who had him in captivity said we're going to have a lot of fun. So I think he was sort of the torturous type. And,
that was a good line.
And wanted to really draw it out.
Sure.
Some people are like that.
Yeah. Also not very careful. Don't worry about this, man. I got this. I'm on the phone. Where'd he go? Ah!
You threw a rock at him.
Yeah. Tom? Yeah, shit. I got Tom Coke. Oh, no. It's Tom.
You threw a rock at him. That just cracked me.
Come on, buddy. But at least let's us not forget that Tom is an actual badass himself. To never give Tom a shovel or a rock. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Watson Keene. Tom's badass himself, and so the other question that we have to answer, that we will answer soon at some point, is, how are we going to get, because we have Blacklist: Redemption coming soon.
Yes.
Not Blacklist: Redemption, but Blacklist: Redemption. Where's Joe Sanfilippo?
Oh God, he'd be running with that.
Coming soon,
Yeah.
and we know that he's going to be with his mom.
Yep. Who doesn't know it was his mom?
Who doesn't know it was his mom?
Yes.
I forget about that. And so how is he going to leave, and why he's so like, my baby, my Lizzie? What event is going to make him leave Lizzie and Spagnus to go and be with to be with the Blacklist: Redemption crew?
Well,
What's going to happen there?
he was in on the whole thing to try to get away from Red.
Yeah.
Right? Red is obviously searching for Lizzie
Right.
and Spagnus. That's his goal. Red's goal is to get them back.
Right.
Tom's goal is to get them back, but still keep them away from Red. So he threatens Alexander Kirk with, I'm coming for you, and not just me, not men, but an army. So I think he is going to go back to his mom that he doesn't know is his mom somehow,
Scotty.
and employ them. Scotty, yes, employ them to search for Lizzie and Spagnus, and I think
Yeah.
that's going to be the crossover.
Well, yes, because remember he said he says like, I'm gonna bring an army.
Yeah, I
a
just said-
whole
yeah.
army. Yeah, he said.
Yeah, so I think that's the army that he is referring to.
Yes.
Because he can't team up with Red because he's still trying to stay away from Red. That was
Right.
the whole point that they faked her death in the first place.
Right.
So I think he's going to employ Scotty and her people. Halcyon? Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
Yeah, employ them. So you'll have Red's people, you'll have Tom's people, all trying to get to Lizzie and Spagnus first.
Right.
And then we'll have a big crossover episode.
Now, Angry Tom is very sexy.
Yeah.
As a straight man,
Yeah.
I agree.
Hot
He's-
dad, man.
Yeah,
He is one hot dad.
he is a dilf.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
All right. I don't know.
I think so.
So that's all cool. I do agree with you. Scotty and the gang are going to come and employ them. They're all going to come and try to do their thing. What is interesting about there's a Megan Boone interview. She kind of teases on what may happen during the season, and she says there will be a lot revealed about Lizzie. She's purposely, Megan Boone wants to be kept in the dark about what Lizzie's motivations are, what she is, or who's the father, what things are. But she does know from what she's already shot, and then what's still yet to be shot, that Lizzie is going to be on a journey. There's going to be a lot of Lizzie's whole thing is, I just want to live a normal life. I want to be far away from Red and all this business as possible. Well, she's going to learn this season that she cannot be far away from this, and she can't have a different life, because all this is really about her. She's at the center of all this, and whatever the F that means. But my prediction is, we're not in predictions yet, but my prediction is that, like, I think that whatever is going on with Lizzie's past, the key to Lizzie and why everyone's after her, is probably the thing that's going to make Tom not want to be with her. Or have to. I don't know what's going to happen. Megan Boone said the family will be separate. That's all she knows.
Well, the whole family is separate right now.
Right. No, but I mean, talk about for Blacklist: Redemption. Like, because, Tom's going to be over there doing his thing, and, they'll be doing their thing, and maybe there's some crossover. I don't know. So we'll see. Anyway, so let's get to this episode. So we have all that. We do have, we got most of the info. They storm the house. They get there. Now, explain to me why Constantine and Masha were in the seaplane, and Spy Baby was at the crib. Is at the house still? What happened there?
I was shocked that they took off without Spagnus.
I mean, not only were they not with her, but they took off without her.
Yes.
Is that like, Red's there, we gotta go?
I think they had to go because Red was showing up.
Right.
But I was just shocked that they went without Spagnus.
All right. Okay, I agree. Okay, that was kind of weird. And then so there's all that, and then
I mean, what do they think is going to happen to Spagnus?
yeah, and I don't know. Well, clearly they know, because the dude, my man, got her back. But like, hey, Dimbe, finish the job.
I know. That guy's kind of badass.
Yeah, he's another, like, no country for old man type guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You roll my man down the stairs.
Just leave him there. Assume it's done.
All that stuff happens. I mean, I guess you're running around, you're trying to do stuff.
So gun in your hand.
And yeah, and
Get rid of him.
the car's there. They got rid of it. And what shortcut does he know? Does he knows what road? He took some back road and got him on the side there.
Yeah.
Also, pretty bold maneuver. I'm going to steal the baby by ramming this car at full speed. Now, they're all on seatbelts except for the baby. But
She
my
was in a car seat,
calculation,
right?
was she?
I think she was in a car seat.
Okay, I hope so. My calculation is that because she's in the car seat, she'll be alive and everyone else will be either dead or incapacitated.
Yeah.
I know. It worked.
It did. I didn't see that coming. That was kind of cool. That was a cool device.
I did not see that coming.
It scared me.
Again, another now overused device since I think the first time I saw it was in the second Born Identity. The shot where, the person's then in the car slams into your thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
they're having a quiet moment looking at the baby.
That's another overused shot. But
it's still effective.
Still effective.
Gets
still
me every
effective.
time. I gasp every time.
Right. There will be crossovers in the interview. Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like there'll be some crossovers. They should have casted Danny Trejo.
I totally thought of him as a Danny Trejo.
Yeah, he's Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo has that taco truck.
I know.
LA
I just
too.
went to an audition across the street from it. I was going to stop for a taco. I
Wait,
didn't
the
have
taco
time.
truck or the taco?
Trejo Tacos.
Kids, yeah, he's a brick and mortar taco place too. Yeah,
I was
Have
at
you
a
been?
studio right
You
across.
you
I didn't
said
have
this.
time. I really wanted to.
Okay, well, I wonder if it's any good. No, Trejo Tacos. They should sponsor the show. Anyway, I think that's it. What were they all on the same island with an earshot but couldn't locate each other for hours? That is true. There's that too. So what what became of Esteban? Got right? They got him.
They got him. There was an anonymous tip, being the tip
Right.
from Wrestler,
Right.
that Esteban had been a double agent for the United States
Sure.
while he was in Cuba. So Cuba had to sort of arrest him and sort of wash it all
Diana
away.
Baker was not happy
She was
about
pissed,
that. Pissed about
that. But he was a liability now
Yep.
that Cuba and the U.S. are chummy.
Buddy and chummies,
Yeah.
and they let all those people go, including little eye hands.
Little eye hands. She made it out.
She made it out. Thank God. Hopefully,
So-
her brother and her sister, or brother and her
father.
father were okay too. Yeah. All right. That's pretty cool. So, where are they going?
Who?
Mom,
Masha?
Masha, and Papa.
Liz?
Who knows?
I don't know. Russia?
Mm-hmm.
On a seaplane? Can't get to Russia on a seaplane.
Sounds like a folk song. Also, great use. I mean, very, very good use of that of that song at the end, which I can't remember. What was the song? This Is War.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, and good lyrics. Good, totally perfect song for that. Someone
Good
mentioned
music
that
in this
right here.
episode. I was really loving all the Cuban music too.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. I mean, look, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. So
Yeah, me too.
what can we expect? I did not watch the, I don't know if there was a this season on or next episode.
didn't
or
see
I didn't
either.
see it either. So I don't know if there's any previews. Someone here
previews,
mentioned
guys?
there's some previews. I
Well,
don't
what
know.
did they do? What did they
I
say?
don't know. There, next episode. I don't know. Who's in their promo pixel reds? I'm trying to read back. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, I'm very excited about next episode.
Yeah,
I'm
me
very excited
too.
about the season. Let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
We kind of talked a little bit about it.
Yeah,
but
I predicted the Tom thing,
Okay.
where he was going to go with and amass his army of men.
sure.
And women.
And women.
And women.
Men run by women. Oh, she has the badass black chick too. The sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot her name.
I don't know.
That was a long time ago.
Badass black chick.
Badass black chick.
Yes.
Predicted that. I am worried for Mr. Kaplan, for Kate. I'm worried for her. I think that that Red might lose his cool, and I think he might do her in.
I'm with you. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think Miss Kate's gonna make it. That'll be a shocker because she's a fan favorite.
Yep.
And I don't know how
But I don't know how you
fans still go with Red on this one, but I don't know.
I don't know how you come back from this, Kate.
Ah.
Kate made a mess of things.
Yeah, but she's making the point like you have to change, Red.
Yeah.
But this is about you and your methods and and even Dimbe was like, you got to tell her, you got to change. Whatever this effing mystery is and gets revealed. And by the way, I'm with some of you guys on here who said, let's get over the whole like, is he the father? The whole freaking Maury Povich. Is she the father? Is he not the father? Back and forth. Let's just solve the goddamn mystery already and move forward into some just ass kicking.
Yeah.
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 No more mysteries.
So many mysteries.
Secrets.
Oh my God. Why can't we all just have a conversation?
Yeah, I agree. I forgot also. Yeah, my man is also in Fear the Walking Dead, and he's a great actor. Esteban himself. My prediction. I don't. Kate will sacrifice herself for Lizzie or baby Agnes. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's Blacklist
That's a
colon
good one,
redemption
Shazad.
right there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a great hot tip.
Yeah.
I like that.
I wonder why they're calling Blacklist why is it redemption? Why are they redeeming?
Tom's done a lot of bad things. He's been a really bad guy.
It's not about Tom. It's about Scotty too.
Well, maybe it's her redemption because she's his mother.
It was just colon redemption.
Just
I don't know. I just want to say that.
You
All right.
should.
I am. It would be very sad if she dies. We love Mr. Kate.
Yeah,
I think
but
that's it. I think
pretty
that,
deep.
I think that's it for us. We will be.
Ooh, I also think that Liz is going to believe Alexander Kirk that he is Konstantin Rostova.
I do
I
too.
think she's going to be turned to believe him. He did say that one line that seemed to really strike her when she's like, well, why, if you cared about me so much, why did you kidnap me? If you cared about me so much, why did you shoot up my wedding and try to kill people I love? And he said, I was only doing it to protect my child. If anyone's going to understand that, you would, as you faked your own death to protect your child from Red.
Right.
So I think he's going to get in there.
Right. I agree. Actually, I not only did I agree, but I actually thought I forgot to decide this prediction too. I forgot about this one. I actually think I'll take it one step further. I think Lizzie's going to be turned. Maybe I think it'd be very interesting for the character and for all of our sakes if Lizzie actually sides with Alexander
I
Kirk.
think so too. I think Red is going to get to her, and she's going to choose him over Red.
Right, and then it'll be sort of Red versus Lizzie kind of a thing.
Oh,
and I don't know, or maybe Lizzie thinks she'll be doing the right thing, and
she always thinks she's doing the right thing.
Also, Jody made note of the fact that Red did not call her Lizzie the whole episode. He called her Elizabeth the whole time. I don't know if that meant anything, but it was interesting how he referred to her as Elizabeth the whole episode as opposed to Lizzie. I will say this. My person from India says that Jon Bokenkamp said that for every question they answer, there'll be 2 more questions.
Gah!
No, like Lost. I don't want that. I just how about a 1-to-1? You answer a question, they give you a question. Answer, give. Not 2 more questions. We'll never get to the end.
Never be satisfied.
Anyway, all right.
We can never be satisfied. Uh-oh. Sorry, I had to do it.
All right, more
there
Hamilton.
it is.
I've been very, very happy with the show. Very, very happy where it is right now. I'm very excited about what's in store for us this season.
Me too.
I'm very happy what's in store for us here this season.
Me too,
guys. We'll have Joe Sanfilippo back. The 3 of us will be powering through this thing. We'll have a 3rd chair with our girl Jody from EW.
Totally.
And we'll have Amir, Ram on the show, and some others. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a fun season.
Thank you all for watching us. All you guys who are watching us in real time right now. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. All you guys checking us out on YouTube. Thank you so much. We're here. Hi. And if you're watching us on iTunes, which is still, watching us, listening to us on iTunes, you can do that. You can still rate us. It's great. It helps people find us. Rate us 5s or rate us whatever you want, as long as you rate us and comment.
Yeah, leave us comments.
It helps people find us. And, it helps us get better. Even the ones where you said, you guys bash Lizzie too much and you guys are too mean.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we're mean.
We really love the show. And
comes from a good place.
So next week we're back with a full panel and guests and all kind of cool stuff.
Yeah,
so
this is gonna be fun. Season 4.
Season 4. We will see you all next week. Thank you very much.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.